think I have time for one little game. Let me pick my avatar. Oh.
Leonie? What am I doing here?
You enjoying being at the bottom of the ocean? Fancy a bit of jungle? Not that type of jungle.
Yammy, we need you on set.
Coming.
Naomi, don't leave me here. Naomi?
Last time, the MUAs took on special effects.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
While Connor and Jess struggled.
This isn't looking the best.
Unfortunately for Jess, she didn't deliver.
At Glow Up Studios, Ella soared.
This is gobsmackingly amazing.
Finley was sent home.
You were brilliant.
Oh my God,
as Jess triumphed again.
Oh my God, the face-off assassin!
I'm gonna fight tooth and nail to get to the final. Guys, can you believe that we're actually the final four in this competition?
It's crazy. I'm feeling good that I'm in the semi-finals, and it's always one of those things of like, oh my God, I could win.
I'm so excited that I'm so close to being in the final now, and I really do believe in myself and my abilities. Manifesting it as always.
There's only 4 of us now, so we can't have silly mistakes.
No.
I've either spent every week in the face-off or in the red chairs or both.
So I really want this to be my day.
Just gotta do our best.
Have fun.
Put our game faces on.
This week's industry assignment embraces the digital world, where the lines between fantasy and reality are becoming increasingly blurred. As our MUAs will find out today, as they create digital makeup for gaming platform Roblox. Virtual universe Roblox has over 70 million users playing each day. Offering a choice of over 5 million immersive experiences spanning gaming, sports, and fashion, it's one of the most popular virtual playgrounds on the planet.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The backdrop for today's assignment is Frameless, a space where art meets the digital world.
Wow.
This is so cool.
Wow.
Welcome, MUAs, and welcome to Frameless.
That is trippy.
Today, your makeup looks are going digital, and in the digital world, anything can happen. You can end up in a garden of earthly delights.
Oh, wow.
Or even in a jungle dream.
Wow.
So, to tell you a bit more about today's assignment and your boss for today, we have Winnie Burke, Head of Beauty and Fashion Partnerships for Roblox. And alongside Winnie, we have gaming legend Yammy. One of the UK's most celebrated female gamers, Leeds-based Yammy has turned her childhood love of gaming into a hugely successful career.
Hello everybody, it's Yammy and welcome.
She's known for her reactor videos on Minecraft, Sims and Roblox.
I have a twin!
And has a loyal following of around 6 million across her socials.
I died!
Today, your assignment is to create a full body makeup look on a real life model. The winning look will be created into an avatar to be available to Roblox users around the world.
Wow.
My cousin's gonna love this. She loves Roblox.
I want to see a lot of self-expression in your looks today, and your full body makeup needs to have a nature theme.
Oh, yay.
So, obviously, you guys are probably wondering where Val is right now. She's working in Paris, but don't worry, she's, got someone to keep an eye on you. Please welcome Isamaya Ffrench.
Wow.
World-renowned makeup artist Isamaya Ffrench is known for her progressive and non-conformist style and is no stranger to creating full body looks.
Hi guys, nice to meet you all. I'm very pleased to be joining Dominic today. I'm sure you all know how hard body painting is. It's a really big undertaking, so you're going to be in pairs for this assignment. So Jess and Shaniah, you're going to be one pair. Yeah. Ella and Connor, you're going to be the other pair.
And because you're going to be working in pairs, the two that impress will win, and the two that don't will find themselves tomorrow in the red face-off chairs.
Good luck, MUAs. I think it's time for us to go.
I've been left in a digital space again? Where's the door?
I'm so excited for a body painting challenge.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad, because I've never done it before. So I'll be learning a lot from Ella. I keep thinking you're a mannequin.
Hell yes.
Oh my, hello.
I think this brief is going to be perfect for us. We both game. We both are sort of used to that avatar stylizing of things. So Connor and Ella should be scared.
Wow, you look so statuesque.
Statuesque?
Yeah.
The winning makeup look from today's assignment will be transferred from the image created on the model to a digital avatar.
An avatar is your persona in online spaces. This is your way of expressing yourself.
You go first, what you're thinking.
Avatars don't have to reflect what you look like in the physical world. They can look however you want.
In their pairs, the MUAs have just 3.5 hours to plan and complete a full body look.
You will have to do the top bit, because I can't reach.
That's fine.
The theme today is nature-based, and the MUAs should draw from what the story is behind their creation and lean into that and see if they can push the boundaries even further.
I'm thinking butterfly.
OK.
A butterfly shows, like,
Expression.
yeah, transformation,
Yeah.
and, like, we can relate that back to...
Our time in the competition.
Yeah.
About mimicking almost like the shape of leaves and stuff, so we've got that nature
Yeah, I like that
element going in.
organic element.
You need to keep in mind that Gen Z are looking for bright and bold features.
Colour scheme, I instantly had orange, yellow, add a bit of like a deep sky blue.
Awesome.
Did you want to like ombre it up in colour?
Yeah, because you're good at that.
To aid the planning process, the client has given the MUAs access to the Roblox AI-powered texture generator.
So if we go for that avatar.
Okay.
Users are able to give simple text prompts that allow it to generate a pattern, an image, or anything that you can really imagine.
Circles like this, like on the face.
Yeah.
Paint the body and face.
Yeah. Orange on the edge, yellow in the centre.
So it's coming out like this, but we'll have like green coming up.
Yeah. Okay, we've got our colour scheme.
So we'll map that out.
Yeah. I really hope you're not ticklish. So the look we're going for today is super bold.
We're working with yellow, orange and blue, which is seen a lot throughout nature, whether that's to do with a sunset, a sunrise, the sky.
And then a leaf-like symmetrical pattern across the sides of the body. It's almost going to look like a piece of armour.
It's really great to be abstract as a makeup artist, be creative, but today the brief is nature, and so it's really important to deliver what the client's expecting.
So we're going to start by getting all of the colour down. So we're going to have a lovely ombre from green to blue to white.
This will be the base for Connor and Ella's butterfly-themed look.
You wear your pride on your chest. So that's sort of what we're going for.
Do we only have one of that specific orange?
Unfortunately, yes. Okay. Guys, are you guys using orange or not?
Yeah.
Are you using it right now?
No.
Are we able to borrow it for 10 minutes?
No.
No, not really.
The competition starts now, huh?
Yeah.
Hey guys, what is going on? I see some orange going on the old foot there.
So the plan right now is for us to get our main colour down. So we've kind of just marked out roughly where we want our design to go.
So you guys are familiar with Roblox then?
My cousin's a huge fan. I know she's going to be absolutely gassed out when she sees this.
I'm more into like action games, so like Call of Duty is like my vibe.
How about?
Yeah, it's actually how me and my girlfriend kind of got to know each other before we
really?
got together. Yeah, we used to. It's so cringy, but we used to FaceTime each other and play Call of Duty for hours.
So tell me, who's doing what?
I've said that my strength when it comes to application is definitely colours and shading and dimension.
For me, in this instance, it's actually just more about keeping morale. If I can just keep us feeling good about what we're doing, we're going to produce better work.
Smart.
With my mental health, I have been a sufferer of depression, and it's something that I had to seek help for in the end because I just couldn't help myself with it. As I've got older, I've learned that the issues I've had with my mental health have actually just made me a stronger person. They've made me who I am. Positive mental attitude is pretty much the saying that I live by. Me, my friends, my family, we'll do a little chant to each other in the mornings if we're not having a good day. It's like that manifestation thing. If you put good vibes out, good vibes are going to come back.
I feel like you guys have really got this, like, down.
Hell yeah, we're in it for a win, so that is exactly what we're trying to do.
Right, I think we should move on to this leg now. What's your leg?
It's still quite patchy.
How are you getting on?
I'm just not liking the consistency
Well,
of my
just
paint.
keep moving up, and then you can always do another layer, because otherwise it's just going to start going patchy when you lay in more on top of what's already wet. Do you know what I mean?
It's a glow up first to have a full body look, and it's essential that the teams get good coverage with their colour.
Full body makeup is often about impact, so you want that real opacity, you want the vibrant colours, you want the blends, the gradients.
Yours is a lot more pigmented than mine.
You have to, like, proper work it into the paint to be able to get it quite opaque.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
What is your design going to be inspired by today?
It's inspired by butterflies.
So the butterfly represents our transformation in the competition, developing and adapting to new environments.
Oh, I like that. Symbolic. I know you say that your mum is your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
What did she say when you found out that you got into Glow Up?
She doesn't know. I've not told her. So, Mum doesn't actually know I'm doing this. And it goes back to I always want to do something for her. And for this is like a surprise. She is one of the biggest inspirations that I've had in my life. Growing up, my mum was a single mum. She had 3 kids, me and my 2 brothers. And she was so inspirational. She would never let anything bother her. We never saw the struggle that she was going through. And I feel like on like days where I feel a bit weak or a bit more vulnerable, I think, what would Mum do? No matter what I do, it will always be to make my mum proud.
What would it mean to win this challenge?
For me, it just like solidifies that I am good at multiple things, not just glam.
Yeah.
Not speaking for Ella, but she's not had a win yet. So I think I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing it for her.
Oh, I'm loving this team spirit. And how are you guys feeling about the competition? Because when they were asking for that orange, you lot were like, nah.
I think because now we're going against a team, we have to do what's best for us.
And they're not having an orange.
No.
Moving at a good speed at the moment.
That's a nice blue.
Yeah, lovely.
I feel like we're painting Tigger right now, can't lie.
I felt the same way as soon as the orange went on.
I think the teams are getting off to a good start. They're getting a lot of colour on.
I love how Shaniah and Jess have gone for that really bold orange and yellow, but those colours are notoriously difficult to get a really kind of good coverage.
Yeah.
So I hope that they can really make it feel seamless.
The green is looking really strong, the blue's looking really patchy.
I've only done 1 layer of the blue so far.
Whereas Connor and Ella, they want to do a quite ambitious butterfly look. Now, if they can pull that off, it could look incredible, but it's all down to time. 3.5 hours is not a long time to do it.
Rather than me.
I'm mixing some white with some blue, and it will give me a more even base on the blue that I've done.
The teams have used brushes and sponges to cover the body with paint. Now, both will spend time airbrushing their models to achieve an even colour.
So I'm just building up the opacity of the yellow at the moment.
Perfect.
And then I can really go in and make that nice gradient.
All right, if you spread your legs out again for me, thank you.
Getting a nice workout in today, aren't you?
Hi, MUAs. The colours are so rich and bold. Can you guys tell us a little bit about your inspiration here?
We wanted to, like, give colours that you often see together in nature, so almost like that sunset feeling with the sky, so that without throwing nature in your face, you're going to be able to see that it is nature.
What shapes are you going to use here?
The negative space areas at the moment are just a sort of like map out of where we're going to be having the shapes. It's going to be plates of armour, but we're doing it within the shapes of petals and leaves. We want to make sure that it's something that no matter if you're doing it on a really small screen, you're still going to get all of the elements of this without it being lost in that pixel count.
Yeah, that's so important. I like how you're thinking about game resolution when bringing this to life.
We're both gamers ourselves,
Yeah,
I
so
feel like
kind
that's
of
the first thing that we thought.
Perfect.
That's looking really good though, Connor.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay, MUAs, you've had 1 hour, 45 minutes, so you're at the halfway point now.
Doing good for being halfway.
We're bossing it.
Right, Ella, we really need to get a move on.
Yeah, I know.
Having completed their coverage, both teams get going on the detail.
I think I need to change the shape of it a tiny bit.
To allow the looks to be easily reproduced as a digital avatar, the client has requested that the makeup is symmetrical.
This is the hardest part because I'm happy with the design on this side, but I need to get it the same on this side.
To achieve perfect symmetry, Jess and Shaniah have a trick up their sleeve.
We're creating like a little stencil that's going to enable us to get symmetry on some of the key points that are going to be a little bit more difficult. Can you just stand back and tell me if that point's in the right place?
Yep, that's fine.
I think me and Shaniah work really well as a team. It's a very collaborative effort. We ask each other for advice, and I feel like my voice is still being heard.
That, yeah? Yeah.
She knows what to prioritise and what not to, and she's doing really well to keep up morale.
Cool. Do you think the top half is symmetrical?
This bit here isn't coming on top, it's coming still
Okay,
down
let
here.
me bring that.
I'm really glad I'm partnered with Ella. I think this is sort of her strength. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah?
Yeah. And if I can help her along the way, then I'm going to do that.
Right, shall we start blocking these in?
Right, I'm going to start painting it because we need to get going.
Just keep your brush strokes in, like, even directions so that if they do show up...
Mine are all going outwards towards the back.
Perfect. We've definitely got a cohesive vision of where we want the look to go and what the result is going to be, but we also have room for potential small changes and adjustments that may need to be made due to time constraints.
So how do we think they're getting on in their teams? Do you feel that Jess and Shaniah are covering the nature theme? Because I don't really see, like, nature colours.
So they explained to us that they are taking inspiration from a sunset and more of like a fierce vibe. The warrior theme that they were kind of alluding to, and again, the detail on that armor is going to be really important for us to understand how it plays in.
What's really interesting to me is that a warrior is typically a dull colour tone, and they've gone for something quite bright and vibrant, so I'm just really curious to see how that's going to turn out.
And what about Connor and Ella's design? Do you feel that that is the style of Roblox?
I think it's absolutely beautiful, what I've seen so far. I think the component that will really make it resonate really well with our Roblox audience is how far they push the aesthetics for the butterfly.
Also, I feel like Connor and Ella have definitely run with the nature theme.
It looks really beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I think that we could actually make maybe a darker blue.
That's what I'm thinking.
And do a
As an
thick,
outline.
like, mm-hmm.
Shaniah is outlining the petal shapes to add more definition.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm literally not breathing.
And to further hit the nature brief, Connor is weaving vines around the body.
Ella, this really isn't symmetrical. It's like so different at the back.
See how this one goes?
Mm.
This one just goes...
Yeah.
Make that one the same as that one then.
So far, the MUAs have focused on the body, but to complete their avatars, they will need a full face look too.
Would you be willing to just apply a coat of yellow on the face?
Do you want me to use the same yellow that we used all over?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the white face with the black blue on the sides?
Yeah.
Makeup artists, I don't want to scare you, but you only have 30 minutes left
30?
to complete. 30.
Okay.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's all good.
We need to really...
Get a move on.
Yeah.
They don't have long left.
It's exciting.
Very exciting.
Never done body paint before.
First time for everything.
Will we ever do it again?
Probably not.
This is representing the dots on the butterfly's wings.
If you tilt your head backwards, thank you.
I'm just starting on the flowers.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Have you guys used your orange?
Yeah.
How much of it?
All of it?
Yeah.
Why, do you need it?
No, not anymore. We've made do. Cheeky.
MUAs, you have 10 minutes left.
We can do this.
Time to shine.
You want to keep the legs light blue.
Yeah, I'm going to add
There's
a
not
line
enough
in
time
or
to
something.
make it an outline.
No.
Oh no,
What?
it's got black.
That's okay, we can do something here.
Okay.
Trying to get like any little bit of orange we can get. And just stand normal.
Right, I'm going to spray this all over you.
It's game over, MUAs. Your time is up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. yes. I'm really, really proud of us and happy with the final outcome.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
It went really well, yeah. I'm happy with the end result. I think if we'd had a little bit more time, then we could have got a lot more detail in.
The judges must now decide which pair of MUAs will win, with their avatar made available to the 70 million daily users on the Roblox platform.
How was that?
So good, honestly, I really enjoyed it.
Good.
The losers will automatically end up in the red face-off chairs. First up, it's Connor and Ella's butterfly-themed avatar.
What kind of response do you think you're going to get to your look?
I think if the judges are looking for that big, bold, creative look, then we hit the brief of nature.
I really like this look. It's giving a really strong theme of nature, as you can see with the colour palette that they've used.
The gradient from green to white to blue gives a really sort of ethereal feel to it, but then you have really strong colours within the butterfly.
That is not a simple detail. There is really complicated symmetry going on. It's not perfect. I mean, I could get my ruler out and measure everything, and I would probably find a lot of it not exactly symmetrical.
I wish we'd have gone for a more simple design.
Yeah, I think we went a bit too ambitious.
I think they've done an excellent job. One thing I would have loved to have seen is to just take those expressions a bit further. We could have seen the antennae running up the head to create an unusual effect on the eye, just to be a little bit more imaginative.
For me, the Gen Z audience, they would really enjoy an avatar such as this because it allows them to kind of feel more free, especially the butterfly, which is sort of symbolic in this example. So this kind of hits all the marks for me.
Next, Shaniah and Jess's sunset-inspired warrior.
I'm really hoping that they can see like our knowledgeable background in gaming and how we've used that to our advantage.
Overall, I love this look, especially the colours that have been chosen. I like how the orange and yellow contrast against the blues.
I agree with you. It's very bold, but it isn't as obvious to me what the nature component is on this avatar.
I think we've got a good chance of winning, I can't
Yeah.
lie. I would be very happy if you were.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that they paid a huge amount of attention to making this figure feel very symmetrical.
I can imagine this in a video game and it would look really impactful.
But I wonder if it was due to lack of time that they didn't replicate the bold, striking lines around the leaves on the bottom of the look.
How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Honestly, good. Like, I'm so confident in our work that I would like to think that it means that we're not in those red chairs.
I'm happy with what we did. We didn't want to play it safe. We're at the semi-finals. It's like time to take a risk.
We need to decide which look will be turning into an avatar.
The difficulty is you've got two very different approaches.
I love both of them. I think the really bold colors of Jess and Shaniah's avatar were really well done. And conversely, with Ella and Connor, I think the avatar here is very ethereal and the nature components are really obvious. This is a really tough decision, and we can only turn one into an avatar.
Did you even finish your orange?
No.
Because we used every little bit of ours.
Obviously, if we had to do it again, and obviously understand how much orange we need as opposed to you, probably still wouldn't have given it to you.
The next day at Glow Up Studios, the teams are about to discover their fate. The two MUAs in the red chairs will be heading for the face-off elimination at the end of the day.
Oh my God, what?
No.
Shaniah, Jess, as you can see, you are both in the red face-off chairs, meaning you'll have 15 minutes less to complete today's creative brief.
It was a really tough decision. You did not make it easy for us. We loved the bold colours and how you used stencils to ensure symmetry. But the client didn't feel that the nature theme was obvious enough. And your look lacked detail that we saw in Ella and Connor's. You're really going to have to show us what you've got today to secure yourself a place in that final. This means, Connor, Ella, congratulations, you are the winners.
Thank you.
The client loved that your look screamed nature. It was fantastical and we loved your use of colour.
Connor and Ella's look is now live and available for any Roblox avatar to wear.
Well, it's certainly good to be back. Yesterday, you created looks to get gamers' hearts racing. But today, we want you to open up your heart and show us what love means to you.
And someone who knows a thing or two about expressing what love means to her is your guest judge, the amazing Talia Mar.
Singer-songwriter Talia Mar recorded her first single from her South London bedroom in 2016. With huge success online, she signed her first record deal in 2021. And now her pop and dance tracks are regularly streamed by over 3 million listeners a month.
I started actually as a makeup artist years ago. I was doing makeup tutorials on social media while doing music, but then along the way shifted over to music full-time, and now it's my full-time job. Glow Up is my favourite show ever, so I'm so excited to see what they come with today. Now, whether I'm performing or writing about love, regardless of the person, place or thing that has inspired it, I know the emotion and the power that it holds. So with that in mind, be bold and be honest in your looks today.
So, for a place in the final, we want you to do what you love on who you love. Bring in the models!
Oh my God, Mum!
What? Oh my God!
So
proud. Shaking.
Hello!
Connor! I can't believe you're here.
I wasn't expecting that.
You okay?
Yes, I'm in the red chair.
Well, that was a surprise.
Yeah, just a bit.
You didn't even know I was coming on the show.
How emotional. This is so sweet. So, guys, are you ready to show us some love?
Yeah.
You are going to have 2.5 hours to complete your loving looks. Shaniah, Jess, I'll let you know when you can start. The rest of you, your time starts now.
We're going to be chilling for a minute. So obviously the brief today is what is love? What are you expecting to see?
I want to look at a makeup and feel emotional. I'm not looking for ordinary, I'm looking for super extraordinary.
What does Tony think about you being
It was just that, oh, enjoy it.
Both Connor and Ella will be completing their love looks on their mums.
That's made me feel colder already.
Good. I've done my mum's makeup like once in the past, but it's because I don't really like doing like a mature lady. And she tells everyone about it.
I'm gluing your eyebrows down.
Okay. The thought of blocking my mum's brows out is such a hilarious thought to me.
You can do whatever he wants to my face, I don't mind.
Because it's your mum, you could just ask her and just say, Mum, would you mind if I shave them?
Shave him.
Shave your eyebrows off.
Connor, I would. If it got you through, I would.
While Ella and Connor make progress, Jess, Shaniah and their loved ones have a long wait.
Hi, guys. Hi. This is Kira, my girlfriend.
Hey, Kira. How are you feeling having Kira here by your side for this challenge?
Honestly, it's just amazing, especially being this close to the final. It's nice to have that support.
Yeah. So can you explain your look today?
So my look is inspired by manifesting and spirituality, and I'm basically creating like a goddess that resembles an amethyst crystal. Because when I struggled with my mental health a lot, I got into spirituality then and like the use of crystals, and it was the amethyst that helped me a lot.
Does Kira make you feel all empowered and stuff?
You do.
Not by the signs of it, you should have just sent a bag of crystals.
The MUAs have prepared in advance for the creative brief, but they had no idea that their models would be their loved ones.
You never look better. It's funny because I wanted a model that looks like me, and now I've got my mum here. My look is inspired by the Beatles' All You Need Is Love, because I love music and I've always grown up around music. So I'm creating like a sound wave and like the patterns of like 70s artwork in the middle of the face.
I wasn't expecting to be a Smurf.
When I first came in and I saw the red chair, I was like, oh, I was shook. I can't lie. Like, no shade. I didn't think I was going to be here.
The only way Jess and Shaniah can beat the seat is to wow the judges with their love looks and prove they're worthy of a place in next week's final.
What's going on?
Hi. This is my little cousin Magda.
Hi, Magda. So, how do you feel about her making it to the semi-finals?
I don't want to be like, oh, I knew it, but like, like I knew she would. I'm just so proud. Like, I'm just so proud. Yeah.
Are you going to help her get out of the red chair today?
Oh, for sure. We got it.
We got it. Come on, that's what I like. That's the energy we need to beat the seat.
What are you doing tonight then?
Washing my face.
I mean, you gotta love your child to be painted blue on telly.
With no eyebrows.
With no eyebrows.
Shaniah, Jess, your time starts now. Perfect.
Oh my God. All right, still or die. Maybe just take your hair out of the bun for me, please.
Hi, Connor.
Hello.
Hi, Mother Connor. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Mum's on my mood board, and this look is for Mum, so to have Mum here, it's just really nice.
What is your look?
So we're playing on the hormone oxytocin. It's the love hormone. It's released when women give birth. So it's sort of like instant love for a child.
You didn't know that Connor was even a part of this competition. How does it feel seeing him here now?
I was so shocked to start with, and I'm just so proud of Connor.
I've always been proud of her, so it's now my time to make Mum proud.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Connor.
And do not cry, because we ain't got time.
So my look is an ode of love to our cultural background. We're both Congolese and Angolan. It is dedicated to the natural resources that are found in Congo.
Jess will draw map-like areas across the face and cover with metallic effects, including copper, lithium, and gold.
I want my cousin to essentially look like a statue made out of different raw materials, but it's also going to have some really beautiful beading work that's a dedication to our shared Angolan heritage.
Jess is the most resilient person I know. Any situation that she's in, she's just so determined.
My childhood wasn't easy. I didn't get many toys or gifts because we just didn't have the money growing up. So when I did get any gifts, it was always something artistic. My fondest memories was definitely my creativity. I think a lot of children that come from traditional African backgrounds don't necessarily have the environment that encourages a more loose and artistic career. But my mum is my biggest supporter. My family was very proud that I was this artistic child and that I had that creative freedom, and they always encouraged me to explore that as well.
I kind of wanted the shapes on the face to look like borders of different countries, since this look is a merge between two countries that actually do border each other. Congo and Angola are neighbouring countries.
I'm enjoying all this drawing on my face. It's ever so relaxing.
Hey, Ella.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. Hi. How do you feel? Did you think Ella was going to get this far?
Can't really talk about it too much because it's really emotional.
Yeah, don't make us
I'm
yeah,
not allowed to
cry.
cry with this blue makeup on. Yeah, she always puts her heart and soul into it, you know.
She does.
like, works really hard, so I'm really hoping it gets her a place in the final. It'd be amazing.
You know how I kind of have a weak heart and I'm scared of everything? Jess, I'm really scared of myself right now.
I am nervous that she's not started on the face. And obviously she's got 15 minutes less.
Yes. Like, this is where you need to speed things up.
Yeah.
The section on the chest that I'm doing at the moment is basically like an constellation within the universe, because with manifesting and spirituality, a lot of the belief is the universe is almost working in your favour. So I really want that to be at the core of this look and in the chest, so it feels like it's breaking through.
Oh.
Blending it. Now, the thing is, if Connor overblends...
It's just going to be muddy.
It's going to be muddy.
Yeah.
I'm not creative at all, am I?
No.
Where'd you get it from, then?
I don't know.
Not from your nan.
No, I know. All she does is fart.
Yes.
Kerry, I think that you should do the time call.
OK, you've had 1 hour and you have 1.5 hours left.
Well done, Mum.
Thank you.
That is spectacular. So
It's
beautiful.
really
Like, she's really
deep,
mixing that colour. She's using her hand as a palette.
It's so rich.
I feel like I'm going to rob a bank.
Left and right? Yeah. Okay. Copper's done for now. What's next? Lithium.
Right, now we're going to start doing the water.
Connor's created a really beautiful foundation. And it's quite interesting because he's now using this little blower.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Talk me through this little contraption
So this
thing
is an
happening.
eyelash dryer.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like the outburst of like the hormone. It's going to like come down to the heart. And then we've got these lovely butterflies.
Oh.
So they're going to represent like the butterfly feeling you feel like you're in love. So they're going to come from here and then go around and like sort of like frame.
Oh, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Looks really cool so far, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a lot that needs to be done still.
I decided not to go for symmetry in this look because I feel like it's more authentic to keep to an asymmetrical look that resembles different countries, towns and cities you would see on a map.
What I'm currently adding at the moment is actually an adhesive, so there's going to be gold leaf placed on top of this.
I am happy with how it's looking, but I want the colours to be more vibrant and, like, pop out a bit more from the face.
I'm usually like clean and pristine. So it's nice to be a bit messy and have some fun.
Sorry, I'm blowing gold leaf all over you.
I will take it. So I might add some to my... I'll just stand in the background and wait for it to...
This is to represent the gold that's exported out of Congo.
So today's theme is love. Love to me is being able to hang out with my best mate every day.
Do you know what I love? Absolute solitude.
Rude.
MUAs, you have 1 hour left. That was perfect.
The orange is just a little bit, like, muddy, so that's why I'm trying to go over it with this powder to make it more bright.
The section that I'm doing now is where the symmetry starts, which feels very much make or break, because if this goes skew-if, then it's all just not going to go the way that I want it to.
Time for beads!
Little butterfly girl.
Just straight ahead. All right, this side needs to come out a little bit more.
I've started adding the beads to my look. I'm going with blue, green, yellow and red because they're the colours that you see most often in the Mbuila tribe in Angola.
MUAs, there is only 30 minutes left for you to fight for your place in the final.
You got this. Do not talk when I'm doing a straight line on your cheek.
Basically got all of the details that I want on, and it's just going over them now and making sure that they're all perfect.
I'm loving the way the yellow is going into that coppery brown.
I don't think it's coppery brown. I think it's meant to be orange.
Just add in more white definition so that it does stand out.
I've gotten the main part of the beading done. I think it's effective where I place them.
I'm just making sure that all the orange is blended into the yellow properly.
Taking my time, being really calm, because if I rush now, then that's where mistakes will happen.
MUAs, you have 2 minutes left.
I think I'm just going to keep on adding finesse until the very end.
That really, like, pops out now.
Yeah.
Are you blinking because you feel like I'm going to poke you in the eye or because you're trying to help?
Help.
Stop.
As long as I finish all the little details and show some finesse, I'm going to be happy with my finished product.
I'm going to be blue for days.
Close your eyes.
Brushes down, your time is up.
I love the way you look.
I love it.
Do you think you've done enough?
I hope so.
Please take your models next door to be photographed.
Right, come on, Mum.
Come on, come on.
I really hope I've done enough to go into the final. Glam isn't who I am, and I want to keep showing that I do have like an artistry and I can be creative.
I just really hope the judges like what I've done today on my mum. Like, what the hell? Why is my mum here?
I'm hoping that I've done enough to beat the seat. That is all I can do now to see if I've got a place in the final.
This is the most personal look that I've ever done. I would really like to avoid being in the face-off today, but if I am, I'm going to fight for my way into the final.
Ella, please come forward.
My look is based on All You Need Is Love by the Beatles. I just love how music makes me feel, and to do this on my mum was really nice because she's the one that played music around me all the time. That's why I love it so much.
I love the concept, all those ideas about music I see in this makeup. From a distance, the overall look is great. But if we go in, we start to see the orange isn't as orange, it's a bit muddy. I think it's the products.
I used oil-based and then went over the top with water-based.
That's it. The oil never dries. That's the problem.
I think as an overall look, the impact is really strong and I can see the story and the story makes sense. Creativity is something that you either have or you don't. And I think you've definitely shown that you have that.
Thank you.
There's a lot of detail in the makeup. It's really impactful. But if you had added more highlight and depth to your shapes, the makeup would have been a bit more 3D. I think it's a very ambitious effort, just a little bit flat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shaniah, please come forward.
I got to do this look on my beautiful girlfriend, Kira. I've created a look that embodies the amethyst crystal because that's helped me a lot in my life. In the centre is the universe, so that links to feeling like you've got the whole world within you and you love somebody.
I mean, I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd, so the whole idea of space and turning that into love, I just think is just simply the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
With this makeup, I find it challenging because the center of that gold is not symmetrical, so it's slightly off to one side. But it's actually when it comes down to the mouth, because the chin, it just kind of feels like a bit like a goatee. It doesn't need to be there. The quality within some of this is great, but there's a little bit of attention needed in areas.
Okay, thank you.
Your colour application is flawless.
Thank you.
But I would have loved to see the universe be the whole chest. I think it's such a nice detail and it's such a shame that it's disjointed from the face. Like, it's like they're almost like two great looks that have not quite married together.
Well, Shaniah, this is my purple passion. It's a big, bold, beautiful statement. You're showing me how you do great line work. You know how to mix colour. You know how to blend. I'm there for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jess, please come forward.
My look today is on my beautiful cousin Magda. For this look, I just want to show love for what represents me, which in my case, I think is my heritage, which is Congolese and Angolan.
When I think of love, I think of love. So the fact that you went really into you as an individual, I just love it. Now, metallics are inherently difficult to use because you get intense highlight, it picks up texture, and it really makes it visible. So when we zoom in, you know, we see all this texture on the skin. Your cousin's skin does not look like that. And that's why in makeup looks, you tend to see it used sparingly.
So I can see every single part of your story within this look, and I love that, but there's only so much you can do with lithium and copper. They're all very neutral in colour, so I think bringing the beading work in was a really smart way of bringing that colour alive.
Thank you.
One thing I wanted to bring out was, are we going for symmetry or are we going for asymmetry?
I'm going for asymmetry.
Okay. I do think you could have pushed it a little bit more, because if I look at your forehead, now, if that had just been a little bit more on the wonk, you would have really slapped it home that, yes, I'm giving you a symmetry.
Connor, could you please come forward?
So when I thought of what love is, I actually wanted to talk about mine and my mum's story, that instant connection you have with your child. The white stuff is that like burst of like purity from the heart. The butterflies represent the feeling you get when you're in love and you feel that butterfly effect.
I love the fact that you've shown me your love of makeup. And you've also shown me how you love your mum.
Sorry.
I just absolutely loved the way you laid down the pastels, and you were showing me that you've got creativity. But I find the black butterfly jarring because we're in the world of pastelization.
For me, this is my favourite look of the day. The blending is so well done. It's so easy to muddy colours together, and you don't get that. The eyelash blower thing, I was worried when you started doing that, but now that I see it in the full picture, I love it. I think it's added another dimension to it.
I love this candy pastel creamy dream. It is beautiful. And I really hope that you get this printed and put somewhere in your house, because I just think any mum would want to be made up like this, knowing about the love of their child. I just think it's brilliant.
Thank you all.
MUAs, thank you so much. If you'd like to go next door, myself, Val and Talia will be discussing which two of you will be going into the face-off.
I just think I want it so bad.
I know, so do I, and I really just don't know what can happen. That was a lot.
I mean, what a semi-final.
We have 4 very talented artists in the room, and they've all given their level best. We are quite literally splitting hairs. So, shall we look at our artists that are in the red chairs? Shall we talk about Jess?
What I love about Jess is that she is a thinker. The trouble is sometimes she overthinks and she doesn't necessarily see the bigger picture because she gets lost in the detail.
It's a beautiful story, but I don't feel that it's translated through the makeup.
My biggest fear going into the critiques was, are they just not going to get it? And so now I'm just like, okay, yeah, some bits could have been improved, but they got it. And I'm so content with that.
She made it difficult for herself by picking materials that were so metallic and sort of one-dimensional in their colour scheme.
So, has Jess beat the seat? I don't think so.
No.
Shall we look at our other MUA in the red face-off chairs, Shaniah? I mean, this is a strong, bold look.
I love the fact that it's simple, but because of that, it kind of shows that the symmetry isn't 100%.
The style within the universe versus the style on the face, they don't connect.
You know what, guys? I totally disagree with where you're both coming from. They do work in harmony. The symmetry is almost there.
If there was anything that you could change about your look, what would you change?
Get the symmetry right, like, come on. It all relied on the symmetry and it just wasn't, like, 100%.
Because I think we can't make a decision on Shaniah. I think we're going to have to look at someone else. I would like to have a look at Ella.
I do really like the design I did. I just wish that I had finessed it a bit more.
I mean, this was an ambitious look, but I feel like it's not clean.
The only thing I will say is I just think the concept and the overall look is so interesting.
I mean, it's not the worst makeup in the room. It is impactful. The finesse isn't there, but 90% of it is.
But is 90% good enough?
This has been a very difficult decision to make. Jess, we loved your story, but your lack of colour meant your look lacked impact. You will be the first MUA going into the face-off elimination.
Shaniah, we loved your look, but it felt disjointed. It was simple, but if you do simple, it's got to be perfect. You'll be the second MUA going into the face-off elimination.
Guys, it doesn't get any easier, but say your goodbyes because one of you will not be returning back.
Don't look at me like that. I have never been in a face-off. This is completely new to me, but I work quite well under high pressure. I've had my little cry. It's over and done with. I've shook it off, and I'm just ready to absolutely smash it.
Shaniah is like my big sister, and I would absolutely love to see her in the final, but if the face-off assassin has to come out one more time, then it's gonna have to be tonight.
Oh, right.
Good luck, girlies. We love you.
To level the playing field, the MUAs will face off over a set of identical twins.
For the last face-off and a place in the final, MUAs, we want to see a soft, smoked, studded eye.
Your final look should be balanced and symmetrical, with studded embellishments along the lower lash line. To create a soft, smoked, studded eye, take your black kohl pencil and apply it to the upper lid and under the lower lash line. Take a soft brush and blend that kohl out. Now take your gem tool and apply the first gem to the center of the eye. And working out across the lower lash line, continue to add the gems. Checking at all times for symmetry on both eyes.
Jess, Shaniah, you will have 15 minutes to complete this final face-off. And your time starts now. MUAs, you have 10 minutes left.
Well, both MUAs are giving us a soft, smoky eye. Shaniah's technique was quite beautiful to watch.
She went in with a small brush to smudge and push that pencil out before going in with a fluffy brush to soften it and blend it, whereas Jess went in with a lot more pencil and then used the blending brush to then push it out.
So it made the overall look more dramatic.
Look up.
Until the embellishments go on, it's going to be hard to judge the balance. At the moment, it's all still to play for.
You have 5 minutes left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down. Well done. Judges, I think it's time you take a closer look.
I think so too. Conflab?
Conflab.
Wow, what a final face-off. They both started off really well and delivered a beautiful, soft, smoky eye. Shaniah knew how to use the products, so ended up with symmetry and balance.
Whereas Jess has struggled to use the studs, and too much glue has caused the studs to go in different directions.
I mean, I think we have a clear winner.
I think so too.
Congratulations. You both have come so far in this competition. You should be so proud of yourselves. Shaniah, you gave us a beautifully blended smoky eye. And because you mapped out where you were going to place your embellishments, your look is symmetrical and balanced.
Jess, your smoky eye was dramatic, but your placement of embellishments was off, meaning your look lacked symmetry and balance. Jess, please pack your kit. You'll be going home.
You did so well. You did so well. I'm so devastated I didn't make it to the final.
I'm so proud of you.
But I'm also really happy that I was able to do my look today, since that was my final look in the competition. So, bittersweet emotions.
Did you really think you were getting rid of me? I try and go into everything with confidence, but of course, with this, you never know how it's going to go. So the fact that I've smashed the face off and I'm actually one of 3 in the final is unbelievable.
Go and get some rest, go and celebrate, and I can't wait to see your final creative brief.
Let's go!
Next time,
oh yeah,
the final.
Woo! Dun, dun, dun.
Featuring a superstar guest judge,
Selena Gomez's personal MUA, Hung Van Gogh.
I hope you guys don't let me down.
For the most crucial creative brief of the competition.
We are in a Formula One race at the minute, Val, and I'm excited.
Before the MUAs showcase their work.
Hello, hello, hello!
To an audience of industry experts.
Need to remember to breathe.
And Britain's next makeup star is crowned.
The winner of Glow Up is